Hey, it's me, Beverly. I will not be denied Bozeman. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Be sure and share this broadcast with your friends and your family. Be sure to turn on the notifications, like, and subscribe to the channel. And again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I appreciate it so much. My broadcast today is entitled Don't Turn Off Your Discernment. For those who may not be aware of what discernment is, the basic definition is knowing when something isn't right, especially when it comes to a person or people. Some people have a really strong sense of discernment, and I think it's those who are spiritually awake, those who have a strong walk with Christ tend to be those who have a strong sense of discernment or a spirit of discernment. And that's the basic definition of it. I think women have an upper hand when it comes to having a strong discernment because, like I said, I think everybody has some sense of discernment, but women have women's intuition and the mother's intuition. That's just a little bonus. But when it comes to not turning or don't turn off your discernment, I think that applies for when we meet people and we want to really give them the benefit of the doubt, or we enjoy their company, we enjoy their conversation, we like hanging out with them and their friends, their family, we like working at a specific place or whatever, and we see red flags. We see the signs, or we see the handwriting on the wall, as the saying goes. We see all of the warnings. We hear the little bing, 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 bing. Something just ain't right. But we tend to, on purpose, turn off the discernment. And we got to stop doing that. Now, I don't mean that we turn off our discernment so we don't know when we're in danger. I mean, like in a social situation, or if we're trying to work a business deal with somebody, or if we're trying to gain access into certain clubs and organizations, or we're trying to become the favorite in the family or whatever, we turn off our discernment like we just don't need it. Now, it's never in a dangerous situation, but when we can really benefit financially or we can be seen in a better light, we will turn off that discernment. We will kind of like ignore the fact that we got this gut feeling that this person is a liar. If you have a sense of discernment, which I believe everybody does, especially if you have a real strong sense of discernment and you have a strong walk with Christ, you'll know when something about a person ain't right. And sometimes it will bother you so to where you cannot ignore it. You can turn it off for just a minute. You could turn it off for a couple of days or whatever, but it's going to bother you so that you can't even sleep. That, to me, is a no-no. It is a serious no-no, because the end result is going to be we got ripped off, we got bamboozled, we got cheated, we got flim-flammed and all of that other stuff, not just financially, but we got played for a fool. Our name is now out in the street, or our name is now attached and associated to people who aren't going anywhere, or people whose names are down in the gutter. And if we had not turned off that discernment, we would have known not to link up with this person. We would have known not to do business, not to go out with. And definitely, this is a extra crispy no-no. If somebody from your past did you dirty, right? And you decide to give them a second chance, which is honorable. If you get that feeling that something ain't right about this person, don't turn off your discernment just so that you can give them a second chance. Ladies, learn from my mistakes. If you are dating somebody, whether it's somebody from your past that you dated before or somebody brand new, right? And it's that, I don't know, something about him just ain't right. Don't ignore that. Don't turn off your discernment because you don't want to be lonely no more. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care what kind of skills he got. I don't care what his pockets look like, because nothing good can come from that. Turning off your discernment can have disastrous results. What good can come from that? Real talk. What good can come from you turning a blind eye to somebody's negatives? Now, I don't mean that they have to be a perfect person, because everybody's imperfect in some kind of way. But if you dated this guy, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago, and he was a liar and a cheater, right? And you ran into him at church, and you believe he's trying to have a walk with the Lord and all this stuff, and y'all meet at Chili's or whatever, and just like, he's still fine or whatever, but something just ain't right. Don't ignore that. Please do not. Because the next thing you know, anyway, it'll be a big old mess. If you feel like turning off your discernment for the sake of a business deal, especially when you're trying to keep the peace in the family, and you want to turn off your discernment, and you know that so-and-so is a troublemaker, what kind of happiness are you going to have at the family reunion when you know that so-and-so is a troublemaker, and you're going to turn off your discernment to let them say and do and be whatever? What good could come from that? Nothing. Before you decide to give people the benefit of the doubt, and that discernment is just knocking you upside your head, or it's just pulling at you right here in your heart, just think about it. Before you turn it off, think about it. Question why you're even having these strong thoughts or these strong intuitions or your discernment or whatever. Before you make a major move with this person or with these people, give it some time. Give it 24, 48 hours. Don't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Don't go back and forth and text in. Don't hear anything they have to say. Don't respond to anything they've already said. If something just ain't right, give it 24, 48 hours. And if they're rushing you to make a decision, if they're rushing you to hurry up and do something, there's a reason for that. And it ain't good. If anybody is rushing you to do something or say something, or you know what I'm saying, like respond or give them something, and especially when something ain't right, you feel like, I don't know what it is, but something ain't right about her request, why would you go ahead and do it? Take 24 to 48 hours and pray about it. If you're not the praying kind of person, get a piece of paper, write down the pros and cons of doing what they're asking you to do, and this is in conjunction to this something just ain't right type situation. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop turning off our discernment. Period. The reason doesn't matter. The people are irrelevant. I would rather keep my discernment on. Take some time to tell the person, look, let me get back with you on whatever, and let them get mad with me. Because that right there is a true indicator that they are up to something, or at the very least they're being selfish. If something ain't right with whatever, and you say, let me think about it. Give me overnight, or give me a couple of days to mull it over. Whatever. What you need to think about? You always trying to think about something. I bet you're gonna get that piece of paper and write down the pros and cons. You always gotta be Miss Goody Two Shoes. You always got to try to figure everything out. There it is. You don't need to think about nothing, because they already showed you they are up to something. They are up to something, and you don't have to know what that something is. Just know that they are up to something. Anybody who's going to get mad at you wanting to make a decision, a sound decision based off of the evidence, come on, cuz. They ain't thinking about you. They're thinking about what they can get out of you. And here, some people may not want anything from you. Don't want a thing, don't want no money, don't want your time. They just don't want you to move forward. They want you to stand still, mark time, be in this same place when I get back. They don't want you to move forward. And you also got to watch out for that. That will be disguised. And we'll have to get into that in another video, because it's a whole bunch to go along with that. But stop turning off your discernment. There is no reason, there's no excuse, there's no amount of money, there's no relationships, no nothing that is cause for you to turn off your discernment. We have discernment for a reason, and I'm not talking about in a dangerous situation, because we should never ever ever turn off our discernment when it comes to our safety. In I'm just talking about like in business and dealing with family and dating and stuff like that. Stop turning off your discernment. And if you like, something just ain't right, go with it. I go with it all the time, and 99% of the time I am right. When my discernment kicks in, I might not know what it is. I'll be like, I don't know. I tell my husband all the time, I just get this, like, I don't know, something ain't right about her, something ain't right about him, this situation, something. And we proceed with caution, or at least we're supposed to proceed with caution. An XYZ amount of time down the road, there it is. And I ain't saying that to be braggadocious. I'm saying I have had the experience enough to know that it's always good to proceed with caution when your intuition is kicked up. And I have turned my intuition off. Good God Almighty. The results were really, really, really bad. Really bad. And I thank God for Jesus and my praying mama, because had she not been praying for me, I may not even be here today. Because you know, when you're in your 20s, you feel like you just invincible. Turning off your discernment. Anyway, that's about it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to share this broadcast with your friends and your family. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on the notification. And again, this is Beverly. I will not be denied Bozeman. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Be sure to release your genius. Pull off the impossible every day. Remember, you will have whatever it is that you say. So be positive when you speak, Queen.